Hello there, you're welcome. This is Window on Abuja coming to you on the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. I am Fatima Umar Buba, glad to have you with us this morning. I'm so excited because of what we have for you today on this episode. We are at a popular junction behind me, which is known as the Powerhouse Junction. And this junction brings people from Mararaba, Nyanya, Karu, and then from Asokoro into the FCT. Yes, it's the morning and the hustles and bustles of the day have started. People going to work, some dropping their children at school, some going into their normal daily businesses. And I tell you, more than 50% of them have something in common, talking about breakfast. And one common theme for breakfast is the bread. Bread is what we are looking at on this episode of Window on Abuja. Why bread? Bread has been in existence since agriculture. It's one of the artificial foods that we have that is known all over the world, and it's common. Very, very nutritional. The very first thing that we are going to show you is a feature on bread. We're going to tell you what bread is, the history of bread, the types of bread that we have, and all about bread. So check out this feature on bread.
According to Mrs. Beaton in 1861, bread has become an article of food of the first necessity, and properly so, for it constitutes of itself a complete life sustainer. The gluten, the starch and sugar which it contains represent azotized and hydrocarbonated nutrients, and also combines the sustaining powers of the animal and vegetable kingdoms in one product. With an estimated population of 170 million Nigerians, it is no wonder that bread making is a multi-billion naira industry in Nigeria. Bread is equally the most consumed food in the country due to its easy accessibility, and it is also easily adapted into various combinations. The Federal Capital Territory has approximately 56 bakeries producing bread on a daily basis. Bread in one form or another has been one of the principal forms of food for man from the earliest times. It has been popular around the world, which makes it stand out as the oldest artificial food that is of great importance since the dawn of agriculture. The history of bread dates 30,000 years ago, when starchy plants were pounded on rocks using stone tools to make a paste and then cooked to form flat bread. By 10,000 BC, the dawn of the Neolithic age and the spread of agriculture, grains became the mainstay of making bread. In 1961, the Collywood bread-making process simplified the process of making bread by reducing the fermentation time and also mechanizing the process. There are different types of breads available in the open market. There are traditional recipes such as the popular white bread, bagels, chapati, brioche, wheat, and others. Also, the modern recipes such as granary bread, hemp bread, sponge bread, cassava, and other combinations. Bread has become a part of our daily lives. As the phrase says, one's daily bread means the money or food that one needs in order to live. It goes without saying that bread in whatever form has become an integral part of human existence.
Now we've seen the feature on bread, we now know the history behind bread and also the types of bread that we have. But this bread, you wonder how it's been made, right? Okay, I'm leaving here to the bakery to see how bread is being processed. Follow. The first thing that you did was to wash your hands and towel dry.
Yeah.
So how about the next thing?
It is necessary for hygiene purpose,
Okay.
for the sake of neatness. That's why you need to wash your hand in the morning when you come to production. So as soon as you are done with washing hand, then you move to the mixing side.
Okay, so how is it mixed?
The mixing comprises of some composition, the flour, the sugar, the water, and some other material ingredient that we put inside the bread.
Okay, so let's see how it's done then.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Pour your flour. The mixing can be done in two ways. We can mix one bag, which is about 50 kg. Then you can mix 2 bags, that is about 100 kg as well. But
from 50 kg, that's one. How many loaves can we get from it?
It depends on the scales. For instance, if you are producing like this our family loaf, the bigger size, you can get 86 from it, which will scale 1 kg.
Okay.
But when you scale below 1 kg, you can get between 90 to 100 loaves.
Loaves of bread.
Yes, this is premise. It is comprises of sugar and salt only.
Okay.
Salt and sugar.
Is it sold like this, ready-made, or you people mix it?
We mix it ourselves
Okay.
from the centralized premise section.
Okay.
It is being mixed there. So it has already had the premise, now the yeast, that is the rising agent that made the bread to stand up, so rise from the pan. Then the next thing is close it and mix the ingredient with the flour together before you add water to have even distribution of the premise and the yeast as well. So after that, then you add water. This is start buttering.
Okay. So how long will it take to mix this first before you add the water?
For spiral mixer, this is spiral mixer machine. It takes 15 minutes
Okay.
to mix either 1 bag or 2 bags. The time still remains the same. The quantity of water we use for 1 bag is 23 liters for the mixing. So as the spiral machine is working, we put it in a lower speed for about 3 minutes or so. Then before you now switch to the high speed. So it's the high speed that you make the bread, the dough knock on time. Yes.
3 minutes now after on the lower speed. So now
It's at high speed. This high speed will rotate for about 12 minutes before the bread gets set, the dough rather, before the dough gets set. So when it is almost 70% done, we add butter. There's no specific amount of butter that you can use for 1 bag. So it now depends on the choice and the quality of the products you want to produce. If you like, you can use 1 kg. If you like, you can use 3 kg. If you like, you can use 5 kg.
Okay, I understand. So it depends on the quality of the bread you're making.
So butter bring out the qualities of the bread, and that is the secret of the bread. Last ingredient I'm going to add is the flavor that bring out the aromas when they bake the bread. And that is why when you are passing around, you see what the flavor will be coming out, the aroma. That is
Like the one that is killing me now.
then the dough is already knocked, so it's about to remove it now. So we apply a little quantity of groundnut oil for for him to be able to remove the dough very easily, so that it will not stick with the bath.
And then after the mixing process, what next?
It's scaling.
Okay. What does it mean by scaling?
We cut the dough into smaller units, like 1 kg, 900 grams, 850 grams. But for the one we are using this flour for now, it's 1 kg for the family loaf.
Okay. So the next thing now is putting it into the, what's it called?
Dough divider, D-O-U.
Oh, dough divider. Okay.
So it has already divided. It's auto. So once it's programmed, you can divide into 20 units. As you can see now, we have 20 loaves there. Yes. So the next stage is molding machine.
Molding machine.
Molding machine.
Molding machine.
Yeah, it will molding it will fold the dough so that it will form normal loaves. So it will be coming out the other side. And that is it. This oil is termed as pan releaser.
Pan releaser.
Yes.
Okay.
So it will allow the bread to be easily removed after baking. And that is the end of the mixing session. Then the next thing is to put the bread inside pan, which is called panning process. So you put it inside pan. While the two guys are set to cover it immediately.
That's why I said this is called teamwork.
Teamwork. So after pan the bread, then we cover it immediately. Then the next stage is baking session.
Oh. Why must it be covered immediately?
To avoid dirty entering into the pan.
We're now done with the panning.
Yes.
So what's the next thing to do now?
After they cover the pans, they will move down the bread down here, so that it will now remain like this for about between 15 to 20 minutes.
For it to settle in the pan.
Set for baking. So once it is set, we arrange it on the trolleys. Those trolleys that you can see over there. These are trolleys. We now arrange it to those trolleys. Then we move it down to the oven. Actually, we are using 2 types of oven. This is deck oven and this is diesel rotary oven.
So what's the difference?
The difference is that this one use diesel to supply the heat that will bake the bread. Why this one use element direct to supply the heat? So it doesn't require diesel. So that is the difference. Then the temperature at which we bake for this oven is different from the other one. While at the tech oven we bake for 200 degrees centigrade for about between 20 to 22 minutes. While for the rotary oven we bake at 160 degrees centigrade for about 22 minutes as well. Once it is set, then the bakers is now their responsibility to bake the bread.
So can you tell me about this? Because I can see the guy behind us now removing already baked bread. How many types of bread do you make in a day?
We make about 8 varieties of bread.
8.
Yes.
Which and which?
The family loaf, the mini, the butter bread, the coconut bread, the butter bread, the chocolates, and gingerbread as well.
Wow, gingerbread. Nice one. So, how can you give us an estimate of how many loaves of bread you bake in a day?
Within 24 hours, it depends on the production. But the least is about 4,000 loaves per day.
The list is how many?
About 4,000 loaves.
In a day.
Yes.
That's the list.
Yes, the list.
Wow. So you sell all in a day?
Yes,
You sell everything in a day?
in a day.
So that means bread baking is a very lucrative business.
That's very lucrative indeed.
So, which is your best seller?
Family loaf.
Okay, family loaf.
Family.
People prefer it. Why? Is it that the taste is different or what?
It's because of the qualities of the bread. And it's cheaper. It's the cheapest bread among the other bread in the land.
Okay. So do you have an agency that regulates and inspects your premises?
Yes,
and
we
hygiene?
do. We have NAFDAC. We are registered with NAFDAC, the SUN, the Standard Organization of Nigeria, the Abuja Environmental Agency, and the Environmental Health Service as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good one. So lastly now, do you have bread manufacturers association here in the FCT?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We have Nigeria Association of Master Bakers.
Okay, master bakers is what we call them.
That's the name of the body.
Thank you very much, Winnie, for being on our show today. I enjoyed every bit of what I saw.
You're welcome.
Now I know how to bake bread.
Yes, of course.
Even if I'm not going to bake as much as I have seen.
You have the knowledge.
Yes, I have the knowledge of how it's been done. Thank you very much once again.
You're welcome.
Yes, I have been with Ni Kolawole. He is one of the bakers here in the FCT. And like you've seen, he has put us through the baking process of bread. So now let's go over to meet Faiza Sudengi. She is one person I would want you to meet. And she's going to teach us how to make beautiful sandwiches. Now you've seen how bread is being baked. I've learned so much from that bakery, I tell you. I love bread so very much, and that is why I have Faiza Sudengi in the house. She's a very good cook. And I'm here not for her to cook something large for me, but something that has to do with bread. Okay. That is why she promised me that she's going to teach me how to make 3 different sandwiches. Whoa.
Yes.
I can't wait to see
Okay.
how it's been done.
Okay.
So, Faiza Sudengi.
So right now I'm going to show Fatima how to make an egg salad sandwich. We're going to use rye bread made from rye. Rye is a grain, very nutritious, has a lot of fiber and low sugar. Okay. And then we have some boiled eggs, protein of course, we need that, and then some vegetables and mayonnaise for garnish or sauce.
For the egg salad sandwich, Faiza begins by slicing boiled eggs. She then cuts a variety of vegetables and then layers hashed sliced eggs, chopped vegetables on a slice of bread. After that, she then spices with paprika, which is optional. She then covers the layered bread with another slice of bread covered with mayonnaise. To finish it up, she drizzles olive oil for added flavor. Bon appetit! Your egg salad sandwich is ready. The second sandwich Faiza prepares for us.
Make something called bread and egg.
Bread and egg?
Yes,
Okay.
bread and egg.
Okay.
This is a very simple breakfast, but very nutritious. So first of all,
You take a slice of bread, Use a small cup to cut out the middle. Then you break an egg and do not whip. You season with salt, thyme, paprika for color, and seasoning cubes for taste. Place your pan on the fire, and when it's hot, add your vegetable oil, which is optional, and that depends on the oil you prefer. Put your slice of bread in the pan and pour your seasoned egg into the center carefully. Lower the heat to allow it to cook through.
So we're going to flip this early. If you like your egg to be medium rare or cooked medium, you can just leave it like this. So for this one, you can flip it after 1.5 minutes, so the inside will be slightly yellow and not all the way cooked through. As you can see, our bread is done. Plate it right here.
Okay.
Okay,
Garnish to complete the meal.
just like
I
that.
love the color combination, the red, the green, and the
Yes,
golden.
I
and all
know.
Of that. It's
Yes.
beautiful.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see the next thing that you have for us.
Okay.
I've been having fun with Faiza Sudegi here. Yes, we've had the bread egg sandwich. We've had also the egg salad sandwich,
Yes.
which I enjoyed very well.
Okay.
Now we have a special kind of sandwich,
Yes.
which, it is said that the last is always saved for the best.
True.
So, what are we
Okay.
going to have?
So now we're going to have a sardine melt.
Sardine roll.
Yes.
Okay.
Or it's usually called tuna melt, but you can substitute it for sardine. It's
Okay.
more accessible. You can find it anywhere.
Okay.
Okay. So for this one, you need cheese. You need your sardine, and we're going to use wheat bread this time around. Whole wheat bread. Very
Whole wheat
delicious.
bread.
Yes. Very nutritious. Okay. And then we have some spices, just thyme, salt, some seasoning powder, and then avocado.
Faiza sprinkles vegetable oil on wheat bread slices. She chops up onions and avocado into the sardines and a pinch of salt and thyme to season. She cuts up the cheese slices to fit the bread and then covers the sardines and cheese with the second slice. This time, the vegetable oil side up. She puts it on the grill and then adds heat.
Wow, Faiza, this looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the lines.
Yes, that's the trick to the grill pan. So I think everyone should get one. So as you can see, our sandwich is ready. Okay, just like that.
Okay. It's not that strong.
It's not. It's not. So that's why 3 minutes is enough, because wheat bread tends to dry easily.
Okay.
So you shouldn't keep it for more than 3 minutes each side. That's okay.
But can we use just the normal loaf
Yes,
bread
you
for
can.
this?
You can. You can use
Okay.
any. You can even use the normal loaf or the rye.
Okay.
You know, it's a matter of choice.
Okay.
Okay. So, voila.
Much Faiza, I had a good time with you.
Me too.
I've learned so very much. And I'll say, more grease to your elbow.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you had a good time with us with Faiza Sudengi, teaching us how to make different kinds of sandwiches. 3 actually. And I've learned a lot from her, and I hope you did too. Let's go now to the street and find out your own bread combinations. I mean your favorite bread combinations.
I eat bread with tea, I eat bread with egg, I eat bread with stew, I eat bread with salad. Those are the things I eat bread with most. My favorite per se is tea and egg. Yes, tea and egg.
For me, I like to eat bread with beans or tea or with butter. I like beans and bread.
An elderly man, but before I used to take bread at least once in the morning. That's during breakfast time. I mix it with something like eggs or sardines or anything to go. So, yes. Most of the time, I like to take it with some fried eggs or tea. Tea, bread, I have some fried eggs or stew.
It's usually with butter. Just a fried egg with butter, then with tea. That's all in the morning. That's how I do. That's my favorite. I'll just get up in the morning, get some bread, fry like 2 egg with my butter. I put it with just a small tea. I just take it.
Oh, bread and tea.
Soft mineral like this, or paps, beans, a lot of things you can use.
Which is your favorite?
Anything available at my disposal at point in time. An individual.
If you've just tuned in, this is Window on Abuja coming to you on the Nigerian Television Authority. And on today's episode, we've been talking about bread. We've seen the history of bread, we've seen the kinds of bread that we have, we've seen sandwiches made from different kinds of bread, and also people's views on their favorite bread combinations. Well, the show is not over yet, as we have sayings and references of bread. Sayings and references of bread. There is one lovely one that I like so very much, talking about half bread is better than none. I like that saying so very much. Now, we've been talking about bread, and we have not talked about how bread is best preserved. So let's find out how we can best preserve bread.
Tips on bread preservation. All bread lovers will agree that bread is delicious and can be had for breakfast, lunch and dinner, or even as mid-meal snacks. But once you also know that the loaf of bread we buy contains certain preservative for better taste or to increase its longevity. Bread, after being baked, as soon as they cool, the quality begins to diminish. But there are several ways to store our bread. Tips on how to store your bread. Storing bread at room temperature. This is the ideal environment for bread storage in order to maintain the proper crumbs and crust texture. The room temperature should be around 20 degrees Celsius. Keep it away from direct sunlight in a cool and dry place. Storing bread in the freezer. This helps to prevent staling as freezer temperature arrests starch retrogression, holding the bread in a stable form. Freezing your bread can help stop your bread for months till you are ready to eat it. Steps to freezing bread. If you're going to store a loaf of bread in the freezer, it is best to slice it first. That way, you don't need to slice it anymore during the reheating process, which can be really difficult. You can either use aluminium foil or plastic to wrap your bread. This will trap the bread moisture and prevent it from getting dry and hard. When you're ready to use the bread, allow it to thaw at room temperature. Then remove the wrapping and place it inside a preheated oven. The best way to store bread for freshness is in the freezer. When we preserve our bread, it helps to prevent bacteria and mold growth. Preservation is a way to keep bread safe from spoiling and also to maintain its freshness as when newly baked.
Yes, we've seen how bread is being preserved, and for lovers of bread out there, please, keep eating bread. Know how to preserve it well, which you've just seen, and I hope you have enjoyed all we've had for you on today's episode of Window on Abuja. For bread lovers out there, keep eating bread. Bye.
I am a slice of bread, a simple piece of food. Somehow I've become animated. What is this world I've woken up to? I know that it's tough, but I'll climb over stuff. I measure 4 whole thundering inches. From what I hear, that's pretty big for bread. I am a slice of bread, given the gift of life. Wouldn't you think this gift is dandy? Well, you'd be wrong, it sucks to be bread. I want it to end, become lifeless again. Must find a way to end my sorrow. Maybe I'll just become a piece of toast.